Economics is the social science concerned with how individuals, that is tayo, institutions, mga organisasyon, and society make choices under conditions of scarcity. So, it is indeed the study of those choices. We all know what economics is all about, as I have discussed in the preceding video discussion. But to further understand its concept, we may need to sort this out by simplifying economics through a model. Pares good sa human anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is the study of structures in the human body, or simply the parts of the body, like asa kahaning a larynx, no? Mga anak. Physiology naman is the study of how the human body functions. So mag-unsa man ni si larynx, siya di ay hinungdan sa kuan. Maani din siya di ay. So you see, we better understand the parts of the human body through a model nga makita nato sa atong laboratory, di ba? Dili siya laboratory, that is laboratory. Mga klase-klaseng model, di ba, na ay respiratory system model, na ay digestive system model, na po tayo reproductive system model, o guban pa, and many more, di ba? With this, we can identify the parts in and out, as well as their functions. The first model, the circular flow diagram. It is a visual model of the economy that shows how money, or our Philippine peso, flows through markets among households. So, mga kabahayan ng buong sambayanan, and firms, of course, the businesses or business establishments and other organizations. In this model, we can see the flow of the money. Circular kasi umiikot sa buong bansa through markets as a result of society's activities. So, these activities are the buy and sell activities among households and firms. And the second model naman is the production possibilities frontier. It is a graph that shows the combinations of output that the economy can possibly produce given the available factors of production. Ito yung mga kinakailangan na resources for the production of goods or services and available production technology. Kaya nga sinasabi na frontier because it means boundary, extreme limit, borderline, na masasabi nating hangganan ng lahat ng posibleng kombinasyon na pwedeng i-produce. So, di pwedeng lumagpas beyond that. This diagram is a schematic representation. Ibig sabihin ay talagang maihahalin tulad natin sa totoong nangyayari in real life through a simplified drawing of the organization of the economy. Kita nyo naman, di ba? Tingnan nyo. Decisions are made by households and firms. Tandaan, meron tayong dalawang actors dito. The households and the firm. Ito, the households and the firms. Ito yung dalawang actor. Okay? At meron din tayong dalawang merkado. So, these are the markets for goods and services and the markets for factors of production. Households and firms interact in the markets for goods and services, where households are the buyers. Of course, the firms are the sellers. Ito yung typical na idea na alam natin as end user kasi tayo ang bumibili sa mga stores as representative of our respective households from any firms or businesses. And in the markets for the production or factors of production where firms are the buyers and the households are the sellers. Kita nyo? So, dito, ang firms ang bumibili and the households are the sellers. Yung households ang nagbebenta. The role of buyers and sellers differs in each market. Kasi in the markets for goods and services, ano bang meron dito? The goods and services. Merkado ng mga bagay at serbisyong pangangailangan na binibili natin o na-avail natin for our own consumption and satisfaction. So it is clear that in this market, the households are the buyers and the firms are the sellers. Malinaw. In the market for factors of production, ano naman ang meron dito? Merkado ito ng production, mga kinakailangan para makaproduce ng mga bagay o makapagbigay serbisyo. So in here, the households are the sellers and the firms are the buyers in a way that the firms need inputs for production. From here, looking at this brown arrow from the households send and provide labor. Labor is the amount of physical, mental, and social effort used to produce goods and services in an economy. So it supplies the expertise. So mga kaalaman, manpower, human resources, and service needed to turn raw materials. Ano ba tong raw materials? Raw materials are the unprocessed materials na ginagamit para makabuo ng bagong produkto into finished products and services. So sila yung mga professionals, specialists, artists, because firms need skills to realize their production output. Sino ang magmamasahe sa mga massage centers? Sino ang magtuturo sa mga paaralan? Kung walang instructors or teachers, sino ang magugupit sa mga buhok natin kung walang mga barbero? Okay? Land. Land, of course, saan mo ipipwesto ang factory mo? Ang warehouse mo, kung wala kang lupang aapakan for your target market. And so, capital. Capital, ano to? It is the equipment and structures used to produce goods and services like building, which you may rent or buy from households delivered to the firms as factors for production. In return, the firms are, as buyers in the market for production, pay the households through wages, rent expense, as from their profit. This will serve as an income o kita sa ato pa ng binisaya, sweldo na ako sa paghatag na ko serbisyo sa Tubod College as college instructor, which Tubod College considers me as one of the factors for production, and that is you, the product of this institution. Dito naman, in the markets for goods and services, yung kita ng households wages, tawag nun, hindi ba? Yung kita ng household, nagagastos, ito yung spending. in exchange for goods and services sold by the firms. Ayan. Tingnan nyo, papasok o patungo sa households yung goods and services. At yung pera na nakinita ng mga households palabas, they spend it. While the money moves out to the firms na bayad ko, na binili ko, and that will become their sales revenue. It is indeed a circular flow diagram because the buy and sell activities among households and firms make money circulates in the economy. Okay? Figure 2. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, it is about the maximum possible combination of production output. That is the production possibilities frontier. The blue line here is the production possibilities frontier. In some context, it is called production possibilities curve kasi pwede siyang mag-curve like this. Diba? Ito ang hangganan ng kanilang produksyon in producing computers and cars. In this graph, if the economy or the manufacturing company uses all of its resources in the car industry, it produces 1,000 cars. Diba? Dito. But if the economy uses all of its resources in the computer industry, it produces, it can produce up to 3,000 computers. You see the two endpoints here, the two endpoints are the extreme possibilities of the production possibilities frontier. So it's either 1,000 cars or 3,000 computers. Simulan natin sa point D. Explain natin. Point D shows that the firm choose to produce 1,000 computers and 300 cars. The combination here is the 1,000 computers and 300 cars. Diba? Sabi ko, kombinasyon ito, hindi ba? Ng mga production, mga bagay na ipoproduce. This level of production is inefficient in a way that the firm is not using all of its resources kahit sobra at may available inputs for production pa to produce more units. You see, anything below the production possibilities frontier or production possibilities curve is inefficient, not efficient. Itong line na to, and anything beyond this, so ibig sabihin beyond lumagpas, di ba? Yan. Anything beyond this curve is impossible to produce because kukulangin ka ng inputs for production. Okay, back to point D. Pwede naman kasi siyang magdagdag pa ng units para mas marami silang mabenta, di ba? Kasi kung 1,000 computers at 300 cars lang ang target level of production, mabagal ang paggalaw ng raw materials sa warehouses natin at pwedeng magtagal pa doon. Pending for the next production period, mabagal ang benta. Sa business kasi, dapat lahat ng produkto natin from raw materials to human capital dapat mabilis ang paggalaw. Dapat laging nagde-deliver at nag-produce to meet the current demand. Kung may lumalabas, dapat patuloy din ang pagpasok ng items to our inventory to reduce the incidence of stock out situations. Hindi yan inventory ha, that is inventory. Okay. As previously discussed in the first chapter, you are being efficient if you are able to maximize your level of production despite scarcity. Isagad natin ang limit ng produksyon. The points F, A, B, and E are all positioned in the production possibilities frontier or possibilities curved. Ibig sabihin, anywhere in this curve are the possible combination of outputs of producing computers and cars. If the firm choose point F, the combination is less than 3,000 computers, more likely around 2,900, I think, and I guess 100 cars. As we move down within the curve, unchanged combination of production to point A, the number of computers drops to 2,200 units, whilst number of cars increases to 600. So from 100 naging 600, di ba? From 2,900 bumaba to 2,200 yung computers. Pero ang quantity of cars produced from 100 naging 600. You see, with its limited resources due to scarcity, the firm cannot produce 3,000 units of computers and 1,000 cars at the same time. There's always a trade-off. May isasakripisyo ka. Bakit ganito? Kasi your inputs for production cannot meet both of them at extreme possibilities. Ito, di ba? Ito yung tawag extreme possibilities. The two endpoints, ito. In a way that kukulangin ka ng oras because time is one vital input for production. Kukulangin ka rin ng tao kasi di ka rin naman basta-basta makadagdag ng tao kung di mo kayang pasweldohan lahat ng yan. The raw materials, mga piyesa na bibilhin mo pa, kaya ba nating magdagdag? How will the firm finance the marginal cost? Okay, let us move down from point A to point B, where the firm can produce 2,000 computers. So, bumaba siya ng 200 units of computers produced. The number of computers is decreasing because you have to reroute or divert some of your inputs for production of computers to support the increase of cars to be produced. Of course, magbabawas ka ng tao dito na gumagawa ng computer, ilipat mo para gumawa ng cars. Magbabawas ka ng budget para sa raw materials in producing the computers para doon mo gamitin sa pagproduce ng cars. Kahit saan dyan sa curve na yan, pwede dito, kahit saan dyan, posible at kaya nating i-produce. Okay? Beyond that point C, outside the frontier and hence not possible with the current economy's resources. So that is not possible. Okay? Economists believe that the production possibilities frontiers often have this bowed shape. So kadalasan daw ganito daw ang shape niyan. Kadalasan lang, hindi sa lahat ng panahon. Okay? When the economy is using most of its resources to make computers such as point F, the resources best suited to car production such as skilled auto workers are being used in the computer industry. Because these workers probably aren't very good at making computers, the economy won't have to lose much computer production to increase car production by 1 unit. Bot pa sa bot. Lisod siya explain, no? Okay, English man gud. Bot pa sa bot, og lantaw nimo ning curve, medyo dili kayo siya steep or bakilid kining apart. Because some workers used in the production of computers are not computer engineers or computer specialists, but auto workers. Auto workers sila, pero nagtrabaho sila for computer industry. Kung mag-increase sila og number of cars, di ba, ang number of cars dere is 100. Kung mag-increase sila og number of cars from point F to A, gamay ra kayo ang decrease sa number of computers. Tanawa, pila decrease? 2,900 na himong toto. Gamay ra kaayo. Kayang uban workers ani, mga auto workers jud, dili kaayo sila productive in producing computers. Hinay sila og productivity in producing a computer from point F to A. Pero dako kayo og change in quantity for the increase of car production. See? Tanawa, from here, point F, no? 100 na siya. From here to there, paingon aning 600 for cars, kaysa computers from here to there, from 29 down to 22. See? As you go down in the curve to increase the car production, magkagamay na ang increase for car production. Kaya ang uban man sab, dili auto workers and are best in producing computers. From point B to E, tanawa, mas nibakilid na sa no, kumpara ani, ihagba na gid siya. Sige siya uniform ang linya. Ang curve niya, yung pagkaburos na uniform. Okay. From point B to E, ug i-divert tanang manpower to produce more cars, probably mga 900 kini. Dako na kayo og mawala or trade off from here to there in the number of computers anawa. From here to there, diba? 2,000 ni naog og murag around 500, nahimong 500, 2,000 nahimong 500. Okay. Pero gamay na lang ang increase in the car production from 700 kini 700 to 900. 200 ra ang increase. Pero kini pero ang decrease niya pila man na. Pila decrease niya. Daw kayo 2,000 na himong 500 15. Di ba? Very easy, right? Har. I know nalibugs kayo kasi hindi animated yung graph natin at it is best explained in face-to-face classes. Unta. Diba? Sumato na po tayo sa PCAS. Figure 3. Figure 3 naman shows a shift. So, nag-shift. Ay, sama pag-shift o kurso ha. Shift in the production possibilities frontier. Shift siya, nilihok siya, ibalhin siya ni Will siya patoo, no? Okay. It shows a shift in the production possibilities frontier or curve is caused by things that change the output of an economy. So, makapausap gali sa number of production. So, babasabot mo shift na siya kung mo taas ba siya or moobos. Including advances in technology, changes in resources, more education or training. That's what we call human capital. And changes in the labor force. Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang mag-shift outward, paano siya to back, outward, or to the right, tawagan na. Pwede din to the left, kung dito mo atras siya. If the resources used in the production of in the economy increase, dadami ang supply ng raw materials mo sa merkado. And with this, because the market does not want surplus, excess in supply, the price of these will eventually drop, and that enables the firm to buy and restock materials for production more than usual. So, mas marami kang mabibiling raw materials kasi dumami yung supply ng mga factors for production mo, inputs for production, dumami ang quantity sa merkado. Pag marami kasi nagbebenta, the tendency is bababa rin ang presyo. Okay, hindi ba? Malalaman nyo yan kung bakit bababa mamaya sa next chapter. Makakapag-produce ka pa ng extra unit. Another is the technological improvements. The advent of robotics and automated machinery kana bitang imbes sa una, like for example ang pag-snack na nun, ang pag-pack sa tinapa manual pa, di ba, done by a worker, pero karon automated na, done by a machine or robot. Muna na siya karon, di ba? So mas mo increase ang productivity rate kay mas paspas ang pagpack. See? Another thing is the enhanced specialization of the firm's human resources due to further education and training. With the new ideas, pwede kasing mapaikli ang proseso o mapalitan ng makabagong pamamaraan ang lumang proseso to increase efficiency levels, and that changes the labor force. Mas productive na ang mga tao mo in the production. We are talking about quality here. And possible because of the technological advancement that in most cases reduces the number of workers to be compensated. Mas makakatipid ka kasi di na masyado maraming tao ang pinagpaswelduhan mo. And at the same time, mas mabilis at efficient na rin in terms of production. So from the old curve, or from the old production possibilities frontier, the production for both computers and cars are increasing significantly, indicated at point G. Okay, from A to G. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of how households and firms make decisions and how they interact in markets. Macroeconomics naman is the study of economy-wide phenomena including inflation, unemployment, and economic growth. You see, microeconomics studies individuals and business decisions, whereas macroeconomics analyzes the decisions made by countries and governments. You see, micro, pangmaliitan lang, that is limited to households and firms' interactions in markets. Another note in this is microeconomics focuses on supply and demand and other forces that determine price levels, making it a bottom-up approach. So, si bottom-up approach. Bottom-up approach in a way that it is decentralized. Efforts and decisions are done by households and firms. Nasa baba nagsisimula. That contributes to the economy. Pataas sa kabuuhan ng pag-unlad ng ating pambansang ekonomiya. Whilst macroeconomics takes a top-down approach and looks at the economy as a whole, trying to determine its course and nature. Top-down in a way that the decisions are centralized from the government through public policies and some interventions to protect its people. Maliit at malaki lang yan. Ay, alibog-libuga. Okay. Positive versus normative analysis, or shall we call this as statements. Positive statements claims that attempt to describe the world as it is. Positive statements are descriptive, means that they are just describing or classifying things. They make a claim about how the world is. In short, nagde-describe ka and explains various economic phenomena. For example, minimum wage laws cause unemployment, whilst normative statements claims that attempt to prescribe how the world should be. Both pasabot, this focuses on the value of economic fairness, or what the economy should be or ought to be. Unsa jud unta dapat, like Norm said, the government should raise the minimum wage. This does not describe about the cause and effect of the minimum wage law, but an attempt to prescribe or advise. With the presence of the auxiliary verb should, sa Tagalog pa na dapat, maski mansab sa Cebuano, di ba? Sabtan nila. Okay? Understood na ninyo? Okay, mana. I'm done with my summary discussion for this chapter, and I hope that you understand it well. But if ever you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, comments, or violent reactions, no, feel free to message me on Facebook Messenger. Na lang siguro. And matulog na ako. I am now signing off because it is 12 a.m. in the morning. Kaya wala dyan ko'y taas nga panahon para mag-prepare og mga inyani. Kapoy kaning computer, nagkubion, rather than having a face-to-face classes. Nindot ang face-to-face classes and hope that we'll see each other in real classroom. Good morning, good morning. Bye-bye.